Welcome to the Virtual Training Company's Intermediate ColdFusion MX. I'm Darcy Spears. In this training, we'll work with some of the significant new features of ColdFusion MX. Using a sample application called Where's Tom, we'll create ColdFusion components and use them in our ColdFusion templates. New in ColdFusion MX, components allow developers to create functionality that can be made modular and then referenced either internally or as a web service. We'll use our components both ways, in the administrative area of our application and as a service to another site. When we say ColdFusion, we really mean two things: ColdFusion Application Server and ColdFusion Markup Language. The MX version of ColdFusion Application Server was released in 2002 and updated to 6.1 in spring of 2003. The MX version was completely rewritten from previous versions and uses Java as its backbone. Stronger, more flexible, and even easier to use than before, ColdFusion Server now integrates seamlessly with other Macromedia products such as Flash MX and Fireworks MX. Blending Flash animation with Fireworks images and ColdFusion server-side processing allows developers to create incredibly rich Internet applications. ColdFusion Markup Language, or CFML, is a tag-based way of sending instructions to ColdFusion Server. Resembling HTML, CFML has hundreds of tags that consolidate complex server tasks into quick, straightforward code. Since the tags resemble HTML, the learning curve for CFML is low, and many projects can be up and running in a short period of time. Application servers like ColdFusion are generally used for dynamic database-driven websites like e-commerce or publishing sites. ColdFusion's interface with databases is robust, so ColdFusion can be used with any ODBC-compliant database. For our sample application, we will be using SQL Server 2000. To get the most from this training, you should already know ColdFusion basics like CF Query and CF Output. You should be familiar with ColdFusion variables and how they are scoped, and with conditional processing in ColdFusion. You should also understand basic relational database concepts. We will look at database structure when we review the tables for Where's Tom, but only briefly. And, of course, you should be comfortable with HTML, since all of our work will be done in and around HTML. This training will use ColdFusion MX 6.1 with Dreamweaver MX 2004 as the development environment on a Windows XP operating system using IIS 5.1 as the web server.